It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Giants and the Titans, and it's coming up next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin with you as always for another NFL season. Exciting to get this thing going once again, CD. And we've found ourselves saying this for several seasons now, but the Tennessee Titans and their fans wondering, is this the year? Can they get over the playoff hump? And the long road to those playoffs begins here today against the New York Giants.
If we go back to last season, we certainly think this is a favorable matchup for the Titans, right? Because they were 12-5 and the #1 seed in the AFC for the first time since 2008 before being upset at home by Cincinnati, who went on to the Super Bowl. The Giants, well, last year was just abysmal, 4-13, and they've only made the playoffs once since winning it all in 2011. So let's face it, history, right now it's on Tennessee's side, but it's still opening day, and optimism reigns for both teams.
On for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Gano out to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And finding the tight end Hooper. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second in a couple. Back to throw, Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game. So offense...
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Then he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Throwing Jones. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Jones. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st down, Jones. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The end result, 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Gano's kick is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he returns this to the 22. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Play action. It's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. From the 25 on 2nd down, Tannehill, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Phillips now from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
False start, offense.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Tannehill. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Tannehill's throw on target to Burks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running on first down with Gaskin. Tay Crowder able to make the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Tannehill. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. He gets it to Burks again. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Tannehill now to throw. Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Again, Tannehill. And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And it's a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. The scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. From the 31, Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. They find some open field here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Jones able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Jones over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation,
That's true.
right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Ryan Tannehill and the Titans going to get the football back. He got back on track after 2 early interceptions with a touchdown pass on the last drive. And now they'll start here again, 1st down. Now it's Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw hauled in by Westbrook-Ikhine here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move it.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry from 8 yards out. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And cuts this lead down to 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing Jones. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he will have a Giants first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. The final shot before break. Jones. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. third down, Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this was just really well done on third down because he doesn't have a lot of time to analyze things. He's got to make a snap decision and go. And his decision there, right on. He rocketed in and made the play.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Jones to throw from his end zone.
He's got Slayton on his slant.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A first down carry for Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Harold Landry in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
It's Roger McCreary with a pick.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Henry up the middle. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 70. And the Titans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
New York ready to go again offensively. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Jones. Got his man on the crossing pattern. It's Slayton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Jones now on first down. Flush to his right. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Jones. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd at SoFi Stadium. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On first down, Tannehill toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Back to throw, Tannehill. It's complete, Burks. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here's Tannehill. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And he's got his man on the out route. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Again, Tannehill. That pass taken in by Burks. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Oh, how about the first night of the draft in 2022, round one? The Tennessee Titans stunned all of us when they traded A.J. Brown to Philadelphia. And then moments later, drafted Treylon Burks out of Arkansas, a player who drew plenty of comparisons to Brown in the run-up to the NFL draft. Size, style, play speed, almost an exact clone. And now they're trying to use him the exact same way, and he produces a nice catch there.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have evened the ball game with a chance to take the lead here in the final minute of this third quarter. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and throw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And New York set to take the field. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Godwin would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Here's Tony on the quick slant. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Nashville. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Now a play fake here on first down. James has got it. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now, during that run, an injury here
We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Giants on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Steps away to his left.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Gano's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now it's Tannehill.
He gets this one to Burks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill.
Running the slant, that's Robert Woods.
Throwing again is Tannehill.
Another targeting catch for Robert Woods. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Tannehill on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
From the 17, Tannehill.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Blake Martinez.
And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
Throwing, Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Running again with Barkley on second down.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Jones.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but what a ride.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 2. A little under 2.5 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here first and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, there you go, Charles. The first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Tannehill. He'll drop this one underneath the gasket.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Inside handoff, Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout.
Now Tannehill.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Right side complete. That's Woods. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Here's Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur in the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Tennessee, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.